The Chase Aerospace Gaming Channel. Hello and welcome. In a thread posted by DropTuned in the RSI forums, you can find a link to an article by Massively, the gaming news service by Joystick, regarding Star Citizen. But this article isn't the typical work of praise that our successful crowdfunding venture has grown accustomed to receiving from the world of gaming news. This article predicts that Star Citizen is in fact most likely to flop hard. 3 out of 8 Massively staff members represented in the article declared Star Citizen would crash and burn. But why do they say this? They cite that the game now has a price tag of over $66 million that people have paid for the game, and that no matter what happens, there is no way to make a game worth that amount of money. They imply that once the game releases, those individuals who pay the most money for development will find that it was not worth all the money they spent and stop funding the game. But is this a likely turn of events in the first place? Saying that Star Citizen will flop because the full release date is still 2 or 3 years away is invalid. The people who have funded this game are in it for the long haul. Most of us are in our 20s and 30s. Heck, I've even seen plenty of people on the forums who claim to be in their 40s. We're mature, we've been around a while, we have the best community in the gaming industry and the best, most passionate dev team on top of that. To imply that we will get impatient and simply lose interest isn't just a demeaning generalization, it's just incorrect. Now on to the price tag. The game has raised approaching $70 million. Most people can't believe that anything could raise that kind of money without being a finished product. People see this and are confused. The Massively employees who wrote this article, similarly to the rest of the gaming industry, they look at this game and think, wow, how do they get away with charging their players so much money to play their game? I'm not kidding, people actually think we have to pay this money, or something like that. The concept of it being optional, fund the development of this game, if it's a project you believe in, is being completely missed in some places. We're not customers, we are investors. When a transaction is made, one person loses money but gains a good or service. Likewise, the other person must surrender his goods or services in exchange for the money. However, both the consumer and producer leave the transaction feeling as though they have profited, assuming educated consumers and successful business persons. Now let's say that the good in this case is the enjoyment we get out of the game. If one person buys a copy of the game at launch, they profit from the exchange if they get over $60, assuming $60 at launch of course, worth of enjoyment out of it. Now we have someone who pays $500 for the development of a game. This person is hoping that his investment will multiply and fund enjoyment for others in the amounts valued at greater than the $500 originally spent. Therefore, if the investor values the enjoyment of others and the success of the game, then this person will actually increase in worth if the game is successful and enjoyed by millions of people. This principle is the core of why crowdfunding is even possible. And in this way, the investor draws dividends as the game grows in quality and audience size, eventually increasing in economic wealth, even though they lost $500. Therefore, we are in fact investors in the worth of this product. We're funding the development of a game, we're not purchasing a game. There is a huge difference that people can't grasp simply because this has never happened before on this scale, really. On to my last point. The hype train has left the station. It's no secret that Star Citizen is very hyped, but is the hype uncalled for or unjustified? I'd say no. It's perfectly justified and planted firmly in the ground. Whoa, hold on, Chase Aerospace. All hype is bad all the time. Bad hype. No bad. Bad hype. But CIG gives us everything they do so we can test it for them. This means an open development process. What we see is what we get, no more, no less. The gaming industry has been burned so many times by flashy trailers and hype trains, only to go out and purchase a $60 game that is complete trash. This is a real problem in the gaming industry, so it's no mystery why people hold Star Citizen suspect of similar crimes. But what non-backers don't understand is that this game isn't developed behind closed doors with no community feedback, so that we're blindsided on release day with unanticipated negative results. We know exactly what we'll get before we get it because of this transparent development we're enjoying from Cloud Imperium Games. So there's really no room for overhype or speculation. And I'd like to wrap this video up by saying that Star Citizen is blazing a new trail in the wilderness of the still growing video game industry. People watch with weary eyes and don't know, really, what to make of this new big title in the industry. But when it launches, I think everyone will see the kind of results you can get from a crowd-funded, openly developed AAA quality video game.
Come on. Oh, hey, welcome to Dumper's Depot. Take a look around. Everything's for sale.